tinkering with it. Sorry,
Get
I'm
things
going to just
going.
put some paints away and so that
Yeah, no worries.
they don't tempt me. Go away. Go away. Right there, now out of my reach. Okay, so we started last session traveling. We were on our way to the Sky Sea. And Inara was having a look at the Librum of Ineffable Damnation. It seems it'll enhance spellcasting, but makes one nauseous to hold. So this is whether or not we're going to do this is probably negative. We received Pandora's response, which was fighting's getting worse. Followers of Zargon are worshipping a god called Calatharius. Yesterday a demon came from the sky. I miss you too. Stay safe. Magnus decided to try and get to know the party better as we travelled. That was a really cool little bit of character building and like learning a bit about each other exercise. That was very fun. After a while, Quoth spots another obelisk in the distance. We approach and investigate it. It's made of solid sandstone, and probably pretty badly worn. We can make out the words "Cursed City" on its surface. Magnus spots some wood in the sand, which is unusual in itself. Seems like it's connected to something bigger. It's glowing with transmutation magic. We dig it out of the sand. It seems like it's another boat, like our other one, probably a twin. We know a little bit about the tale of the Cursed City. It was a city that staged the final battle between Martek and Calatharius. It was thrown into the clouds as a result of a great deal of magic. Assuming this is true, there's an awful lot more to the story than is on the surface. We followed the directions of the Cursed City over several days, and Magnus sends Linara's return message to Pandora and uses divination to try and track down Way's book. Way's response is as follows: the book can be found where it all began, but in a world 1,000 years ago. We then have a discussion about time travel and whether or not Way can run fast enough to go back in time. Eventually, we find a floating boulder. We're evidently at our location. We don't seem to be followed. We find somewhere to park our wagon out of the way and then head up into the boulder field in our flying boat. As we get into the boulder field, we're ambushed by a pair of elemental myrmidons and an air elemental. It was a rough fight, trying to not fall off everything and die, but we managed to defeat them. We take a breather and then set off again. We're having a bit of trouble flying through the rubble field, eventually causing enough damage to cripple our primary boat. We decide to move the rudder and sail from our primary boat to the backup one and use the primary boat as spares. Once we're done, we set off and find ourselves in the Cursed City. It's quiet, but there are some signs of animal life. There are birds and rodents, but nothing super large. We spot some large circular holes through some of the larger islands. We start heading towards the center of the city before Magnus casts Locate Object for Way's book and directs us towards the town's grand central library. It's pretty badly damaged, but there's some weird bubbles that seemingly cast areas back in time. We tie up the boat and decide to investigate the city. The pillar we tie our boat to has the following instructions: Star is hidden from sunlight by the sun. 4 tests must you pass before it shines forth. From the gods their gift seek. Cleanliness is next to godliness. When ye have a friend's tears, the fiery gift and the hawk's wings, carry ye 14 golden links to the bridge. And then only then can mortals hear the chimes, and then may the star light the way. We're ambushed by a purple worm, but Magnus is able to banish it, and we flee towards the library. We're running so fast toward the library that we don't notice a bubble envelop us and bring us back to the library as it was. As we enter, Madara is sat at the counter. Looks like she's been trapped in the time bubble for a considerable amount of time. She opens the door to the library and shows us the ancient city in all its glory. We decide to keep Lunara and Way in the library and to find his book, while Magnus and the deities find a way to pop the time bubble. Lara and Way manage to find and snatch the book relatively easily from time distortions, and then head out to catch up with the others. And that was the entire session. And as threatened, I titled last session, "You Can't Take the Sky From Me," because it is Firefly references all the way down now.
Amazing. And as always, Nick, thank you so much for doing the notes. It just
No
is
problem.
a game changer for me when I don't have to take notes and roleplay and DM and all the other
Yeah.
things, as I'm sure you all know.
Yeah, it's a lot easier as a DM to not have to know all that shit.
Right? So I did bring a picture. I finally found a picture of I put it on the GM layer. Let me bring you over to the Sky Sea. Let's go there.
Whee!
There we go. I love this picture. I did find a picture of I can never say her name. Madara. That kind of works for me finally. So here we go. That's what she looks like.
God, she's glistening.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What? The woodening?
It was glistening. Tiny.
I know.
Mm.
She's very
Moisturized.
AI. It's very hard to find like non-AI art now. Everyone has very like
Yeah.
smooth, weirdly plasticky skin.
Mm.
But my other options were like women wearing bikinis for some reason. And she's a warrior, gosh darn it. So
Mm.
I turned something a little more practical. So anyway, we went with that one. She's less glistening in real life. In real life. Anyway, and yeah, so that's what she looks like. So if I recall, last time we had sort of split the party, we had two that were inside. Wei had gone in and had found his book with Lunara, and Magnus and Adriel had gone outside to try and see if they could find a way to repair, if you will, the bubbles, or find a way out of this bubble that you are currently in. And I have that right? It was Lunara. I know it was Wei inside.
Yes.
With Lunara, it was you inside.
Lunara and Wei did the library because
the
that's Lunara's like speciality.
Yeah, that. So Adriel and Magnus, that's who we're going to start with today, as we finished up with Wei and Lunara, but we didn't get to do Magnus and Adriel. So we're going to start off with you guys as you leave the library and head out into the city that it once was.
Wait, so I wasn't with Madara?
No, you are. You
Okay,
are.
that's what I
Madara
thought, yeah.
is Madara's gone with you guys to try and find a way out.
Correct. Yeah. So she was in the library waiting for you guys when you went in, and then you guys left. And should we just call her Maddie?
Yeah, if you want.
That's easier for us all to say. She tells you immediately, call me Maddie. So you guys have gone outside with Maddie trying to figure out how to escape, for lack of a better word. I don't have a picture of the city as it was, because I would like you to use your imagination, and it was really hard to find one that worked for me. So the city is bustling. It is alive. You are somehow transported back in time 1,000 years. Obviously, you're not floating now. You're on the desert floor, desert ground, on dry land, and the desert that was here is not a desert. It's lush and beautiful and tropical, and there are all kinds of fountains. That's what I was looking for. Fountains and water that has been channeled. It is still a dry area, but the water has been channeled to turn the city into a green place. Perhaps it was built on an oasis or a spring from years ago, and they've channeled that water and turned it into really a remarkable city. The people are weirdly not that different from people in your time. You kind of think of people from 1,000 years ago as being like primitive and unintelligent and all this kind of thing, but that's not the case at all. Obviously, they are, they're talking and they're laughing and they're speaking a language very similar to ancient Sinadacian, although there's obviously a little bit of a dialect or a regional difference there. And the city is wonderful. Where do you guys go? What do you do?
Are we still seeing like the time bubbles kind of thing? Is it still that effect, or are we effectively just in the past now?
Give me a perception check, please. Nice roll. Yeah, you can see time bubbles floating around. They're a lot harder to see here than they were in your time. But you do see these sort of shimmery walls if the angle catches them right. You know, you just out of the corner of your eye or when the sun hits. They are around. They don't seem to be affecting the people here, though. You see people walking through them as though they're not there, and for them, it doesn't seem as though they are.
Okay. Magnus is gonna turn to Uzmagarius. Well, you're the magic one, the god of magic. How do we undo this time warp?
She looks at you and she says, I think I'm just a little girl here. Can there be two me's at once?
I was just thinking the same. I look at her.
She kind of like grabs your hand, and she's like, I know you're not my brother right now, but I'm gonna hold your hand anyway, okay?
I give her my hand.
Okay, she holds your hand and she just looks like a little lost child.
Do I have my powers? I try a little lightning spark in my hand.
Your lightning spark does not work.
Oh no. I look at Magnus and I say, I think we're in trouble. I seem to be powerless here.
Okay, so this just got a lot more complicated. I
So-
almost wish we were dealing with the giant purple worm now.
So all that rubbish was true about him being a god and all that.
We are not here to hear this, I'm afraid. As funny as this would be.
Ah. We were just walking back. I forgot they were like on the other side of town.
Ching just can't wait to rub it in.
Yeah.
I mean, if we engage in combat here, I think I'll notice very quickly
Yeah, you will.
when Sebastian's taking cover.
yeah, it's going to be defend Sebastian and Uzmagarius. Well, hopefully. I guess, yeah, I'm going to take stock of Batty. Okay, so I've got a god of magic and another god who uses a shitload of magic that are now not gods. What about you? You've been stuck here for how long now? Give me a rundown of what's happened.
I've been here for about exactly 1,000 years.
Did you have no magic as well?
I am not one for much of the use of magic, but I am not as strong here.
So hold on,
But
let me get this straight. You're not a reincarnation. You've just been stuck here since the event happened?
That's correct. I am she.
I turn to look at Adriel and I go, okay, we're in big trouble. If she's been stuck here and hasn't figured out how to get out in 1,000 years, and we're now on crunch time, this is a problem.
No, I believe we're sent here for a reason. If not, we wouldn't be here. So there must be a way out.
I believe with the three of us united, there is more of a chance we will be able to escape. And with the help of your very talented friends, I am sure we can find some way of getting through here.
Well, you've had 1,000 years to think about this inscription. What are you making from it? And I repeat the one that we saw about the stars hidden from sunlight by the sun.
Sure. I can tell you that that is more of Martek and his games. The pillar was inscribed by him. It is... Martek was convinced that he was the only one, he and his weapon, that could stop the creature. We agreed and aided him. And he did manage to imprisoned the creature for 1,000 years, but the cost was so high. We may have found another way if we had tried on our own instead of trusting things to him. You saw what happened to this beautiful city. The other cities became lost. Those who had the star gems. Terrible things happened. And Martek was convinced that when the creature broke free in 1,000 years, that only then would great people be able to come and find the weapon and save us again. But in order for the right people to find it, he hid them behind riddles and puzzles and traps. So I do not know what the pillar means, but I am sure it will make sense once we have completed the tasks.
While she's describing this, Magnus is kind of just walking around, attempting to interact with things in the past, which I guess is the current time.
Yes. So you can. You walk over, there's a little, you're back in that, where the pillar was, in that little courtyard area. And there's a market stall set up that is selling some like fresh fruit, and you pick up one as though to buy, and it's weirdly, it's like pulling a magnet away. You know, there's that kind of that pull to like for it to go back. You can do it, but it almost feels heavier because there's this exertion, this pull for that piece to go back where it was. It's like you changing things here is difficult to do.
I love that. I love that.
People don't seem to notice you unless you specifically vie for their attention. And even then, it's hard for them to stay focused on you. It's like you're out of place.
But watching Maddie, she doesn't seem to have that same effect.
Correct. In fact, she walks over to the pillar, and she sort of puts her hand on it, and someone sort of admonishes her for touching the pillar. You know, don't do that. Don't touch the pillar. Leave it be. Kind of thing. And she sort of steps back and, you know, sort of gives a little shake of her head, like nosy busybody.
Okay, Karen.
Well,
What was that, Sam?
I said, okay, Karen.
Exactly.
You're not allowed fishing there. Okay, yeah, thanks, whatever. This may sound crazy, but this might be a chance to prevent. Like, we weren't able to save the last 3 ancient cities, but we're in the past now. What if we do what needs to be done, find this weapon, and defeat Calitharius now, while we're still in the past?
Because then it would disrupt all the future.
But would it? I mean, I don't know how the time flow works. Would it change the future? I mean, theoretically, it would save this city. But by saving the city, it means that we wouldn't have to have gone and done everything to save all the world again.
Exactly. So we would not be here.
Is that such a bad thing? In the grand scheme of things, if we save an entire civilization, really? What's the cost of our presence, our futures, in comparison to this? And I gesture to the whole city.
You've noticed when you tried to move something, it was resisting you. I think saving a city would be nearly impossible.
I noticed that it resists me, but it doesn't resist her.
I look at her thoughts.
And she says, I agree with Gorm. No, she says, I agree with the avatar of Gorm. I do not think that you have the ability to change too much in this time frame. But I do, and I do not think that I have the ability to defeat this creature by myself.
And I am powerless.
As is Usmagaris.
I'd hoped maybe it was a way we could defeat it proper rather than what we're aiming for now, which is to trap it again and make it somebody's problem in another 1,000 years.
As you guys are discussing this, one of those time bubbles comes over the pillar. And to your eyes, although apparently not to the eyes of the people around, you see the pillar in its broken state lying on the ground instead of in the upright state that you were just looking at it at. And you see yourselves walk up to the pillar and start to investigate it. You see Lunara read the words on the pillar. And she says something along the lines of, well, that's bloody useful. Thanks very much. And Maddie gives a little grin and she touches the pillar. And in your time, when it is upright, and the words, "You're welcome, Lunara," show up on the
pillar. Kirsty, I adore you. That is incredible.
I've been waiting. Holy goodness! And then the time bubble floats away.
I mean, perhaps we could just jump through one of these time bubbles.
It's possible, although I fear doing so will prevent us from being able to access the things we need to get this last gem. I don't think these time bubbles are an accident. I think it was set up this way for a reason.
I think I agree. Everything Martek does has a reason. As obscure and strange as it is.
I live my life out of character by just looking for signs and things like that. So if nothing is popping out to me,
I think the difficulty here is you are not Gorm, so the signs are not there for you anymore.
Yeah. I feel lost.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Taking a look around the city, I guess I'm looking for maybe temples to the gods. Because it looks like we're looking for gifts from said gods, so maybe they are in the temples.
Yes, perhaps I can reach out to my older self, or my true self. He looks confused.
Okay, so Magnus starts looking around, and Adriel starts praying to himself.
In a sense, yeah. Trying to reach out.
And I think it would be reasonable to say that at this point, Lunara and Wei, you two are finished in the library. If you would like to, they haven't gone far at this point.
Yeah.
If you guys would like to head out and join, you are welcome to. Obviously, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But I don't want to leave you sitting listening to us for the remainder of the session.
I mean, we were quite quick in the library. That was the work of about 10 minutes, really, to find that. So it wouldn't be too long for us to catch up with them.
I mean, I'll ask. You sure you don't want anything to go on the way out?
No, anything else I take from here could cause an issue with time. I don't want to fuck things up any more than we already have.
What are you talking about? It's just a book.
causality. I
What's
don't.
that? What's that?
I'll
I'm still thumbing
explain.
through my novel.
I'll
my
explain when
volume
you're
novel.
older. I'll explain when you're
Mm.
older. Let's get going. And sends Quoth off to try to like locate them.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then
it takes
we'll catch
both
up.
seconds. They're just outside the front of the library, pretty much.
Cool. Okay then.
Back where you guys fought the purple worm, except
Mm.
many, many years in the past or in the future. I don't know. This is going to be a very confusing session. I can tell
Mm.
already.
Okay.
So Adriel and Magnus, you guys see Lunara and Wei approaching. Wei has a book that he is sort of reading as he walks.
Magnus just goes, "Oh, thank goodness, we've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas."
So, let's take stock, shall we? What do we have? Like, well, obviously, I don't need much to know that Madarawa has been here a while. I'm guessing. Obviously, I'm trying to rehash the conversation you guys have just had without having been there.
Magnus points at Madara. Been here since the collapse.
Okay.
And these two are now just normal blokes. They are not gods currently.
That's
yes, we have
awkward.
big problems
Well,
now.
we are just not here.
What are you talking about? We're normal blokes.
I mean, he can't shoot lightning out of his fingers, and she thinks she's just a little girl. Because you can't have two of the same person.
I close the book and store it back in. I want to put it in my little in my shirt. So you're telling me all that rubbish about him being a god and all that is true?
Yeah, it sure seems that way.
You doubted me?
No, not for a minute. Of course not. As I say, nodding my head.
Well, that's certainly a head scratcher. Okay, so let's have a look what his message said. Star is hidden from sunlight by the sun. 4 tests must you pass before it shines forth. From the gods their gifts seek. Okay, so yeah, we'll go and we'll do the from the gods their gifts seek, I guess. I assume there are temples to each of the main pantheon here. Like, this is a big city, there should be, right? She says
Yes.
to Madarawa. So let's go and find their temples.
Yes, we should.
I propose we start with whichever one is closest. Unfortunately, I don't have any kind of map for this city. But you've been here a long time, so hopefully you can guide us around.
She says, I know the city, yes. And she begins to walk. And as she is walking, you see someone else walking with a book in his hand, heading towards the library.
Oh.
Wei, you recognize the book.
I recognize the book.
He's
You mean the monk?
a monk.
I kind of just we're walking past. Are we like sort of like walking past each other on the street?
Yes. Did that picture pop up for you guys, or did I do it wrong?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm kind of walking past. I kind of look and just look forward again. And then I stop. And then I slowly turn around. And I'm going to approach him. I'm not going to tell anybody, but I'm going to just sort of, come up from to that person's side. I'll break off from the group a little bit.
Okay. He actually seems to. So Magnus noticed earlier that people have a hard time kind of focusing on you until you get their attention here. He seems to notice you right away. And He sort of slows down and stops and turns to you, and he says, "Hello."
How do I do this? Let's see. I bow to him, and I say, "Brother Ak-Enliak, is that you? Is that you?"
He says, "It is. Do I? I'm sorry, I do not recall your name."
I stick my hand out to shake if he
Yeah,
reciprocates.
absolutely. He puts his
You
hand
know,
out.
I would say I'm gonna shake it real hard. I would say I'm a really, really big fan. You don't know who I am, and you probably won't because I'm pretty sure you're dead by that time I'm alive. But yeah, I've been following your teachings. You're an absolute genius. The way your prose, your language, everything. And I'm still shaking.
He sort of he looks at you and says, "They're just scribblings in a book, but I'm surprised to hear anyone has read of them."
You don't understand. You've changed my life for the better, and countless others too. But I'm here; they're not. So it's my moment.
Suddenly his eyes kind of like widen a little bit, and he says,
I'll stop shaking now.
"You are not from this time."
Well,
"You were the one that I saw."
So what? I mean, well, technically you did see me. We just walked down the
You
street
shouldn't
past each other.
be here.
Well, yes, that's true. I'm trying to get out. Say, do you know where to get back through the bubbles that were floating around? Do you see them? Just me? Just us?
I am aware of the temporal distortions, yes.
Oh, wonderful.
I should not be speaking with you. It could change things.
Oh. All right, well. Bit rude. All right.
What is this saying? Never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
I shall depart you then, Brother Ak-Enliak. And I would recommend you to proceed as you were.
I will leave this, and he holds the book, and he says, "I will leave this in the library for you. Find it in your time."
Yeah. I will. Thanks. Do I start? Does like my mind start like just shattering into a million pieces because I have the book with me?
It is so the book that you have with you, you found
in this time.
In this time,
in the
which is very confusing because he's holding it in this time. So there was another bubble. You're not sure when your book is from.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I wasn't sure if it was a volume 1, volume 2 kind of situation.
It's the same book. And it does feel uncomfortable. There's that almost repelling magnets again kind of idea that you felt before. And as he walks away, he turns back to you and he says, "Good luck, Wei." And then he hurries off to the library, kind of almost can't get away from you fast enough.
Thank you, brother. I'm gonna walk away. Big smile on my face. I can click my heels. Woo. Wait till the Abbots get ahead of this.
So, okay. I guess we probably don't. Well, you're catching up with us, so we probably don't see much of that exchange.
Yeah, I catch back up.
Yeah. Something important, Wei?
Oh, no, it's just someone I thought I recognized.
Interesting.
Bold.
Okay.
For the rest of the time, I just have this dumb smile, this dumb grin on my face.
Okay, and so you guys sort of continue through the city. And as you are walking towards presumably the temple that she is taking you to, Adriel, you see like a bolt of lightning come out of the sky and strike the ground in front of a home.
Okay, so I say, did it? Well, okay, so I see it, and I just say, I will be right back, and I start to walk off towards it.
Okay. It is when you get to it, you can. This seems to be almost. You're not sure if it's in a bubble or what is going on. It depends on where you focus. You could see the old version and the new version of this place. Kind of both at the same time, almost like they're overlapping, like transparency.
Okay.
And you feel really drawn to this house.
Yeah, without hesitation, I will like walk right up to it.
Sure, yeah. So you walk up to it, and it is there's a set of like 4 or 5 steps that lead up to kind of like a covered entranceway. There are pillars, walls on either side, and then a door leading on into the house itself.
I will attempt to go into the house. Like where I saw the lightning strike hit the ground, is there anything at that spot? Or is it just like a singe? Okay. Is there even a singed mark? Like
there's not even a singed mark. Okay. You see nothing.
Yeah, I will attempt to walk inside.
Sorry, how far is this away? Like, is Adriel walking away from us?
Not super far.
Yeah, I would have just had walked away from you guys and just say I'll be right back, and just got started walking.
I'm gonna say to the group real quick. Should we help him just in case gets jumped?
Watch from a safe distance, I guess. Be ready to intervene.
Right. Well, I'll go then. You two proceed on.
Well, we can all stay here and like just watch him from a safe distance.
All right.
Like, you're welcome to go shadow him if you want to, and we'll just keep an eye from here.
Yeah, I'll follow Adriel. Can't be a good feeling to be mere mortal again.
Surprisingly, doesn't seem that shook up about it. Like he has faith. Like, so he has faith everything will work out.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for him just in case, anyways.
Okay.
Somebody, this one people are still around. People are still around in this city technically. So that's barging into somebody's home. It's gonna be fists thrown.
Because I'm sitting in front of the house and I'm thinking to myself, I was given a sign by Gorm, so this must be the right place to be. Would I knock? Let me look. Let me roll for this. Okay, I do knock and say, hello, is anyone in there?
Just a second here. Noink. Oh, nope. Noink.
Uh-oh.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
I think for some reason, Chang, it's very dark on your token. Let me just sort out what's going on with your vision here.
Sure. Oh. Well, I don't have dark vision, so I'm the only one.
You don't need it here because it's light. It just
is it set to global illumination? Because I can
see. I have Chang having like a tint on his Night vision off.
Because I can see shadows. Well, I'm waiting for the world to load in properly, but
I'm blind.
I can see areas.
Yeah, you should be able to see. Okay, hang on. Global illumination. I think that's the problem here. Daylight mode on. Just turn down the brightness a little bit. Okay.
There we go. That looks good.
Yeah. All right.
Just reloading.
So if Wade comes up beside me, I would look at him and give him a nod, like of appreciation, because I do appreciate his concern. I recognize, but I think it's in my mind, it's like unnecessary.
Because Gorn.
And I say to Wei, I was given a sign. I believe this is where I should be.
Wait, does that change your response at all?
Sorry, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Repeat that.
I look when you came up beside me. I say to you, I give you a nod of appreciation because I appreciate your concern. But I say I was given a sign. I believe this is where I should be.
Like a sign on that door.
The sign was before the door, but it led me to this place.
Right, look, I'll stay right here. Just, I never heard you scream, but just scream if you need help.
You're more than welcome to join me.
Inside, all right. Breaking and entering. Not my first rodeo. Well, rodeos aren't a thing. I'm supposed to be a Brit, so it's not my first. Nick, help me out here.
Fuck. How would you say that in British? Because we use "it's not my first rodeo" as well, but it's not like British colloquial.
How would you say that in British?
I know.
How would I say British?
First roundabout.
Abbity bobbity. If I got a license, it's just not my first time. I guess that's. I don't think we really have a.
Not a lot of rodeos over there.
Exactly, we'd not. Whole load of clowns, not a lot of rodeos.
Not my first time. We need help with that.
So, what you're stepping into currently, you can see the buildings here appear to be made of white marble, and all of you can see, not just Adriel, although Adriel is the only one who the lightning bolt appeared for. There's the weird sort of like shadows of light, kind of where you can see like the sand. Those are areas where. Let me try that again. I'm getting ahead of myself. Much like Adriel, you guys can see this overlapping type of thing where you can almost see both time periods at once.
Right.
You can see sort of like the beautiful, happy current time period, and then it's sort of overlain with the destruction of what happened to the city later.
Right, okay.
The sort of bubbles of sand represent the Sky Islands. So to your mind, while you can see like out here, you can see, you know, the path going on and the ground continuing on, you can also see that it doesn't exist there anymore in the present day world.
I turn around and look at everyone and I say, perhaps you should all join us.
I mean, probably simpler. Yeah, okay.
As I start to think this sign might be for all of us.
It might be. There's a map. It must be for everybody.
No. Well, once you said I could really start seeing like the future and the past, like then I'm like, oh, maybe this could be a way for all of us to get out.
Okay, so you are Yes. So, yeah, you walk up. Adriel, you said you were going to go knock on the door. Is that still kind of the plan?
At first, I go, as I'm walking up, I go to knock on it with my mage hand, and I realize, oh, I forgot I don't have powers. So then, I walk up to the door.
Whereabouts, out of curiosity, whereabouts are we in the city? Is this like a residential district, or?
It's not far from it's not too far from that courtyard area where you were, but it does seem to be more residential than commercial. It's in fact, these houses are quite nice. They look like it's possibly a fairly wealthy area. At least it looks quite nice in the present time. In the future, everything is decrepit and nasty.
Yeah.
And I look at people and I say something even more confusing. I say, do not worry, Gorm is with us.
Is he there? Could we get him to come and help then?
Maddie says, she sort of rolls her eyes and she says, my brother does not like to walk among mere mortals. He's Curious. A bit of a snob, if you ask me.
Yeah, I could definitely believe that.
Magnus just pipes up. Yeah, well, I mean, mere mortals do kind of suck.
Sometimes. I like my women.
Right? Yeah, I knock on the door.
All right. You knock on the door, and in one time frame, the door opens, and in the other time frame, the door stays closed. Which is trippy as hell. Because you can see the door, but all of a sudden, you can see into the next room as well. If that makes sense.
It does.
So what you see is like a sitting room. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to the right page in my book here. Yes, okay. So you can see couches and chairs that are embroidered in pastels and gold. The walls are frescoed in murals that depict a city with beautiful buildings descending to a large lake that is dotted with the triangular sails of small boats that ply on its surface. Within are 2 5-foot couches inlaid with gold. A small chair is heavily encrusted with seed pearls and inlaid with gold, and the high bronze back of a throne-like seat with large arms is inscribed with with runes that you cannot see or cannot read from there. And then you kind of could sort of see a man who is dressed in very, very wealthy clothes. And he closes the door and says, "No one was there." And then you sort of lose sight of the sitting room as the door closed and both doors are closed.
That was interesting. And I will open the door.
You grab the door and you open it, and you open a decrepit old door. It's a little bit stuck and you have to kind of give it a bit of a pull. Okay. And when you do, you can see the good door and beyond in that hazy form. But in the house, what you can see are the tattered remains of bits of furniture. You can see the walls, those beautiful frescoes are completely gone, and the floor is cracked and covered with sand.
So that's the time that we're from. But I'm more my curiosity is the time in the past now. So I close the door, and I say to everyone, when I knock and they open the door, let's go in.
Why not have Maddie here interact with it? she's of both times.
Primarily this one, it
I
seems.
believe
worth
she's
trying.
in this time, yeah.
Yes, but I mean, the people of the city actually see her and interact with her. And I gesture as like somebody walks by and waves at her.
Yeah, and she smiles and waves back.
Okay. But my theory is if they open the door and we can see their time, if we go in, we'll stay in that time. Does that make sense? If I open the door, we see the future.
Yeah,
it
that's
makes
why
sense.
we let her knock the door.
Yeah, so that they open it for her, see her, and then maybe we can all kind of sneak in on her coattails. Although I don't want to be the first one through the door because I'm afraid that trying to walk through while our time period door is closed, somebody's just going to walk into it.
Mm-hmm. Then let's
let her open
our time frame door at the same time.
She opens the door. And when she does, you see the beautiful room in beyond.
I will walk in.
You walk into the door.
Oh.
That's what Magnus goes like. Yeah, that's exactly what I was concerned about.
I open up the old door then.
And when you open up the old door, you are able to walk in, and you're still in that dual kind of vision where you can see both at the same time.
Okay.
The man who opens the door who had opened the door previously sort of turns and looks and says, "Oh, the bloody door's blown open."
Quick.
And he heads over as to close it.
Okay. We'll run inside while he's we'll run inside while he's.
You can go ahead and move your tokens inside.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on Uzbagaris. I'm not ditching her out there.
She's in. The DM's a little slow, but I got her there. Okay, and one of the doors closes behind you, but the other door remains open. Actually, if I put on Explorer mode, that'll really represent that quite nicely. I didn't even think about that. And then open the door. And now when I close it...
Yep.
You guys should still be able to kind of like see it grayed out. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. I don't have a great way of depicting all of this, but
I totally understand.
So much. So at least you guys have good imaginations. You can roll with me here.
All Magnus is thinking right now is, man, traps are gonna suck.
Aren't they just?
So in this room, there are people sitting around. As I said, there's that one chair that has the inscriptions on it that you weren't able to read from outside. You're going to check it out? Sure. So the inscription on the chair reads, "Rule ye all who sit here."
Oh, of course I'm going to sit in
it. Okay.
Uh-oh.
When you sit down in the chair, the seat drops out and the arms fall inward. And you find yourself sort of sprawled, almost trapped between the arms of the chair as they've fallen in to sort of like cover your legs, but your seat has dropped through to the bottom, so you've got like your bottom is on the floor.
That must look comical.
It looks pretty comical. Uzbagaris is cannot stop giggling.
So am I trapped or can I get up?
So you try to get up, but when you try to stand, the legs of the chair just sort of like hinge outward, and now the whole thing's on the ground, and it's very undignified. It takes a while to extract yourself, but you're not like bound or anything.
All right.
Uzbagaris is laughing too hard to help you.
So eventually, I crawl my way up. Climb.
Magnus would
help, or do you guys just watch?
I was gonna say, Magnus would watch him flail about for a minute and then just be like, "All right, come on, that's enough faffing about."
That didn't do what I was expecting it to do.
What'd you expect to happen? You'd sit down and a crown would descend from the heavens?
Something like that.
He's having a wine job.
I mean, yeah, I would explore the room more.
Yeah, I'll ask Maddie if she knows anything about the people who live in this house. You've had 1,000 years to walk around.
I believe this is Caliph Mubrek's home. It was he who answered the door.
Your powers of deduction are mighty, I can see. True godlike powers.
Is Caliph someone of importance?
I tempted
know
to
anything about
smite
him?
you. He's a bit of an odd duck, I believe you say.
Mm-hmm.
The chair is not an unexpected turn of events. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
And I say to Medora, do not let Magnus's rudeness get to you. For a cleric, he is quite rude to gods.
I am not offended by rudeness when I can smite if needed.
It might be needed. And I smile at Magnus.
I would prefer.
So does she, and so does Miss Nagash. Your face was like 3 gods just like smiling sweetly at you.
Lunara kind of intervenes. Like, I would prefer it if you didn't smite. Like, no smiting for the moment. Can we rule that out?
When everybody's smiling at me, I just go, well, in fairness, it's 1 god and 2 mortals, so...
For now, Magnus. For now.
Yeah, well, when I get finished saving the world, then you go ahead and smite all you want. But we got a job to do till then.
Indeed.
I agree with the rude cleric. We should move on.
So there's, I guess I'll do an investigation around this room, or perception.
Sure.
Or,
yeah, you
either
can do
one
an
is
investigation.
horrible. So.
I will investigate the room as well.
Okay, so you can Sep, you can have the help action, so
Yeah.
we'll take your roll with advantage there.
We'll do, yeah.
Or maybe let me.
Lunara,
I'll do
aren't
that
you
on my own
higher?
time because I can. Yes,
Yeah, so
I
I'll
am
help
extremely
you.
good at both. So okay. Let me get my character sheet back open. I will do. Investigation is a 6, and perception is a 9. I'll do perception.
All right. You take a look around the room. It's a little trippy because you're seeing double. The furniture in one time is beautiful and is worth a lot of money. In the second time, it is still worth a decent amount of money, although not as much because a lot of the seat coverings and things have rotted away. But the inlays of mother of pearl and all that kind of stuff, the bones of the furniture would still be worth money.
Sure.
It just seems to be a sitting room. There's not really a lot of interest to see here.
Okay.
It looks what it purports to be, sort of a wealthy noble's home.
Okay.
Except for that odd chair, which apparently is not out of character.
Okay. I might go and have a look in the other room then. Do a little investigate around and just see. Actually spend a little bit of time looking a bit more closely at things.
In the room to the north here?
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you a little. Sorry, I tried to, and then you guys were doing other things, and so I didn't actually describe that room to you. So let me do that.
Sure.
There is a wide, tall, bow-shaped arch that leads into what is clearly a dining room. The long room is covered by a 30-foot arch ceiling supported by ornately carved beams. Spaced at 10-foot intervals down the center of the room hang ornate brass oil lamps, each one having 7 spouts into which wicks have been placed. The floor is totally covered with thick wool rugs covered in fantastic designs, and in the center of the room is a long, low table just high enough to eat from if the diner is seated on the floor. Pillows surround it, indicating it would seat perhaps 24 guests, and on the right wall in the far corner is another bowed archway.
Okay.
And Lunara, as you enter the room, the first set of lanterns light for you to in both worlds.
Interesting. In both worlds, they light. Huh. I'm gonna like just pace the length of the table, and I assume they kind of light as I go.
They do, yes, and they stay lit.
Interesting. Oh.
Yeah, hang on. So when you get to that part, well, okay. So you can see the body of a man lying on the floor. It is a body in 1,000 years ago time. It is a skeleton in modern times,
Present
future
day.
time.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what to call the present and what to call.
Yeah.
And then you could see a door leading up to the north here. But as you cross these rugs, something happens. Let me just pop that onto the right layer. It seems to be a rug of smothering, and it leaps out and attacks you. Oh, and misses! And let's just roll a quick initiative here.
Oh, let me drop. Okay. Initiative.
Are we in battle in the past or the present?
That's a good question. Both.
The past.
It's actually both. So, Adriel, you can use your magic on the past stuff. Sorry, on the future stuff, but not on the past stuff.
Okay.
So in this context, you may use your magic, is what that boils down to. Okay. Let me get some music going. And Wei, you are up first.
That's wondering where Lunara was. Got to zoom out. And I'm gonna run across the table, knocking all the shit off.
Okay.
And it's a rug. Right, it's a rug. Probably shouldn't punch it. I'll cut it. And I say, stay very, Luna, stay very still.
It hasn't grabbed me. It didn't actually manage to grab me. It just attacked me.
One on that.
Sorry, I'm trying to get our combat module to work here. I think everything just crashed a little bit. Yep. For 6 points of slashing damage. Okay, I will do that while I try and reset things here. Okay. Sorry, having a moment. All right, I apologize. Wait, yes. So you have hit the rug. You have done some damage.
I get out. 12 sure will not hit.
12 will. Oh, it's not. Oh, it is showing the AC. 12 will hit.
Sweet.
For 13, nicely done.
And let's spend Flurry of Blows with force damage. I want to knock the stuffing out of this.
Okay. Another hit. For 11. Oh dear.
And another 13.
How do you kill the rug?
Like a Mortal Kombat fatality where I punch right through it and rip its heart out, but it's a rug.
Awesome. But it's a rug.
I punch a hole right through it and I rip out my hand.
As you are distracted with the heart of the rug. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh no.
A second rug.
Nothing
this whole room is full of rugs.
Sure is.
That's me though.
Okay, that one should stay hidden. Darn it! You don't know that there's rugs here.
We can see him.
I mean, it's on the map. It's just part of the map.
I'm a hot mess right now. I'm like, this rug. No, that's not the right rug. Okay, Lunara, it's your turn. Do you want to do anything?
Lunara is going to nod in thanks to Wei and just walk over to this side and kind of crouch and wait and see if anything's prepare to cast Eldritch Blast if anything appears.
Okay, ready a
all
blast.
Yeah.
Adriel.
So no rugs are popping up? Is that what's happening? No other rugs?
No other rugs. Everything is safe and fine.
So yeah.
Somehow I disagree.
So I see all the rugs on the floor, so I'm going to just not step on them. I'm going to jump on the table like Wei did and run down the table.
Okay. Sure.
Because it's a low table, right? So.
It is.
How do I do the? I'm trying to remember how to do the.
Waypoints.
Yeah.
Q.
Push Q.
Oh,
yeah,
Q.
drag it to a spot and then push Q.
Well.
Yeah, I think spacebar might do it.
I'm gonna just go my 30 feet and then.
No, spacebar doesn't. Q does.
And then hold a ready action with the lightning spark if a rug activates. Yeah.
Okay, so one will activate actually.
Oh, okay. I was trying. Oops.
It's gonna. Oh my goodness, this is moving like.
Glasses.
Yeah, Roll20 is. Yeah, Roll20 just died on me earlier this morning. I don't know what was going on. So when you get to about here, here.
I do not see where you're marking.
And I'm trying to drag him back, and it's just not going. There we go. A rug appears. It had a ready to action.
Oh.
Right? It had the ready to action. It's disappeared off my turn tracker. Hang on, I need to re-add it. It went right after Lunara. It had an 18. So it had a ready to action to attack. So it is going to try and smother you, Adriel. Oh, but it fails. So you can continue on with your
Can I blast that one?
You can blast that, and Adriel, you can too. So we'll start with Lunara because she had the first turn order initiative.
Open Eldritch Blast. Are you gonna? No, you're not going to cast. Of course, you don't cast from there. Why would you cast from there? That would be too helpful. So that's a 14.
14 will hit.
Why is it +1? Oh no, 13. Sorry, it's a 13.
13. Oh right, that's plus. 13 will still hit.
Yeah. Okay. So 7 points of force damage.
Nice.
And then second Eldritch Blast. 27.
Another hit.
For 5 points of force damage.
Awesome. The rug is looking tattered and worn.
All right. So if this thing attacked me before I ended, could I say that? Because I would have used a different spell.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So I still believe I don't have my magic. So I kind of I pray to Gorm, say, Gorm, please share me your power. And to my surprise, I guess it works. And I'm going to shoot a chromatic orb at it at second level.
Okay.
With red lightning.
Ooh.
28.
Nice.
Second level. And this will be fire damage.
Oh no.
Because it's red lightning.
Cool. Oh, weird. I would have assumed that it would have had.
Yeah, I don't know if it does or not. I'm just assuming because it's a rug.
It doesn't.
So,
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I would have thought it did.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it takes the. So you rolled a high 16, so that's 20 to hit?
Yeah.
Sorry,
20 damage. Yeah.
And then
minus the 9.
radiant, because you don't have radiant soul up.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so it's just 20. Which is not quite enough to kill it, but man, did that do a lot of damage.
All right, and I guess that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Magnus.
Magnus is just going to move up, probably look at Adrian and go, were you lying to me earlier? Because you just cast magic.
Just destroy the rug.
And I will cast Sacred Flame, I guess, on the rug.
Sure.
Oh boy. Big damage rolls.
It's got to do a dex save. Ooh, it succeeds.
So it takes no damage. And I'm just going to stick next to Usmagarius. But does Maddie have a bow? She's like the warrior god, right?
She does have a bow, yes, because I didn't roll her into initiative. I should probably do that. Let's throw her in. What'd she get? She got an 11.
For me.
So, yeah, so she'll just go after you this round, and then she'll go before you next time.
Yeah, I just look at her and be like, can you make with the putting holes in the rug over there?
So she takes her... She has a longbow, but for some reason I forgot to change it on the sheet from the NPC stats that I brought in, so it's a long crossbow for today. I'll change it to a longbow later. Come on. 23 to hit will hit. And she's going to do 7 piercing damage, which will kill it.
Nice.
You notice that her arrows are tipped with something. But it doesn't seem to affect the rug. Anyway, that will end her turn. That rug is out of combat. And this rug attacks Way. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right.
I am going to react with a silvery barbs.
You used your reaction to take your ready to action.
Okay, fair. I'm trying to remember where I was in round order, but yes. Yeah, I had nothing to do on my turn, so yeah, fair.
I, however, will use my reaction to deflect.
Okay.
Just roll regular damage first.
You don't take damage this round, I believe.
Oh, it just
At the start of each of your turns, you will take damage.
All right, never mind then. I don't deflect anything.
Yeah, it's a funny. Okay. So that brings us back to the top of the round. Oh, that one's dead. What did I do there? Okay. And this rug. Oh, wait, it's your turn.
I'm grapple, which means I can still technically hit. I do not have disadvantage, which is convenient. So I will attempt to destroy this rug before. Oh wait, I have to take damage first.
Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry, thank you. I put it in here, so 6 smothering.
Okay. But I will attempt to destroy this rug, hopefully, before I suffocate to death.
Okay, 21 will hit for 8.
17 will hit for 7. Oh boy.
7. Nice.
Let's flurry of blows again. 21 and a 14. I'm both will hit.
Yeah, hit.
1 and 2.
Doesn't matter, but you do have disadvantage. Because aren't you restrained?
No, it's not.
No,
well,
no.
Target is restrained. It says target is restrained, blinded, and at risk of suffocation.
Yeah, but restrained gives you disadvantage.
Yeah, restrained
You're
is
right.
disadvantage. Yeah.
You're correct, and blinded is disadvantage.
But all of those still hit, I think.
Yeah, they also hit.
My lowest was 14.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, though, Sally. I completely missed that. Yeah, and that is actually enough to kill the creature. You gotta tell us what this looks like. Like, this rug just envelops you, and then
you just cut like a hole to get yourself out again.
Well, I assume my unarmed are the ones that finished it off.
Yes.
So, yeah, hand just pierces through the carpet, and I rip it in half. I just burst out like He-Man.
Like Hulk Hogan ripping off his shirt.
Oh yeah, Hulk as well. Oh wait, no, it's Randy Man. That's Randy Man. That's Randy Savage.
Okay. The last rung of smothering. Oops,
oh wait, was there another one?
Oh, there is.
Oh boy, now it appears.
No one walked close enough for it to take its ready action, so it had to wait this round. But it is going to attack Adriel here. 13. I don't think that'll hit you, will it, Adriel?
13 is the hit, because I don't have my mage armor up.
Oh, dear. Yes, so you are smothered by the rug.
Blinded by the rug. Okay, I am going to, on my turn... can I like see some of Adriel like in its grasp? Like I can see roughly where Adriel would be, I assume.
I think it. Can you tell me why, and I can give you a better ruling?
My spell requires me to be able to see the creature to
I see. I would imagine there's part of him visible, right? Like if you're being, it's probably not his face or something, but you can probably see like a foot sticking out.
Sure. Okay. I will use a 2nd level spell slot then, and an action to vortex warp an Adriel out of his grasp.
Awesome. And I'm assuming, Adriel, that you're not going to.
Yeah, I would let it happen because I know her powers and what she can do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I put Adriel over here.
All right, Adriel, you can move yourself free of the rug's grasp.
When I reappear, I give Lenara a nod and say thank you.
No problem. And then I will use 2 sorcery points to quicken Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
And start blasting.
All right. 23 is a hit.
Woo! So 23 is 11, and the 29 is... Oh, it rolled it twice, sorry. The 29 is 10 force damage.
Okay. That sucks. Your critical wasn't as much as your original roll.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, so that will be my turn.
Okay, nicely done.
One deity removed from harm's way.
Adriel.
So I do the same thing I did before, where I kind of give a little prayer. I say, "Please go and don't let me down, or share me your power," and I try again if it works or not. My chromatic orb.
Sure, and it does.
21.
That's a hit.
For 7 fire, then I'll do 2 sorcery points and do a bonus attack with lightning spark.
Sure thing.
16
for a hit.
Another 12.
How'd he kill it?
The lightning spark just kind of zaps it all over and just starts singeing, and it just drops.
Awesome. And that will take us out of combat. Nicely done, guys.
Yeah.
And this is actually a perfect time for us to take our break. So let's take 10 here. We'll meet back at roughly 22 the hour, and we will continue on with you guys exploring this home.
Awesome.
Fantastic. All right. See you in a little bit.
Thank you. I am just
as requested. I put some pictures. I put some of my painting in the voice chat as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Wow, 10 minutes goes by so fast.
I know. Do you need a little bit more time?
No, I'm fine. It's just I didn't realize how fast it went by.
I know it almost flies. Oh wow, Nick. Those are so cool.
Thank you. I am struggling my way through it, learning slowly.
Doing a really nice job. I like the little robot-y thing with the funny feet.
Robot-y thing with the funny feet?
The last picture.
We may be looking at these in a different order. I'm not sure which one you mean.
Can I?
It's the bike. She's just looking at it from
the bikes.
back.
Oh, right, I see.
Oh, I see. It's from the back. It's the. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
It looks like a little cute robot with funny feet from that angle. I didn't realize it was the same thing, but yeah, I get it now. I see. Oh, cool.
Thanks, Dakora.
Most welcome.
Those are awesome. Okay, so where were we? We were here, and we are dealing with you guys just defeated these rugs of smothering. The dinner plates and dishes that were there in the ancient times, the present times, I guess we'll call. Okay, just for my brain, we're going to call present times the 1,000 years ago, and we're going to call the future the future. Okay, so in present time, there was a bunch of dishes on the table. They have been knocked off by Wei and the rest of you as you have sort of done this fight. There were these rugs of smothering. The rugs were mostly in ancient time, in future time, which is why you were able to, Adriel was able to damage them, and you have now defeated them. What would you like to do next? Lunara has seen a body that is lying in a doorway just nearby here.
Yeah, right over here.
Adriel looks.
I guess I'll point.
You go first.
Go on, sorry.
No, well, because okay. So Adriel just looks at his hand and he tries to do another spark to see if the power is back or gone.
When he just tries to do it, he can't.
That's all you hear from him.
No, it's all right.
Up to the body.
I'm so the fellas. Sometimes.
Sorry, you walk up to the body. It is as I said, it is a skeleton in ancient times. It is a body in this time. It looks, even just without doing any kind of check, you can see that it is a heavily desiccated corpse. It has one hand that appears to be for the door. It's sort of stretched out in that direction, and its other hand is sort of grasped around its throat. Wei, you have stepped into the next room here. This looks to be a kitchen. There are a line of ovens against one wall and a line of sinks against the other. In the present time, the sinks are dripping. In the ancient times, they are broken and dried.
Okay, so Lunara calls out to the group and says, so our host, bunny quotes, seems to have a very sick sense of humor, so be careful about touching anything. Does the body, the corpse, when it has flesh and so on, does it kind of look like it's choked on something, or like it's experienced something very unpleasant, shall we say, like, you know, a bad smell or a gas or...
Can you please give me a medicine check?
Medicine.
How's my volume, by the way? I feel like I'm sitting very far from the mic. Is that
fine? You sound good.
Seems okay. Yeah, seems good.
Okay,
yeah.
good. 16. You take a look at the corpse, and the way that its hand is around its throat, you do get the idea that this was murder as opposed to a natural death, and it strikes you as some kind of poison, be that an ingested poison or a poison in the air. You're not sure, but there definitely seems to be something there. It also, based on the positioning of the body, it looks as though the person was trying to leave, get out the door when they collapsed. So they probably weren't poisoned in this exact spot, but probably nearby.
Okay, they poisoned somewhere nearby and fled to here.
Yes.
And I can see what look like remains of more up in the north end, I'm guessing.
So, yeah, further north, you do see some more corpses and a big black obelisk. And you're probably the closest there. You would be able to see that as well. One of them, the dead bodies, yeah. One of the dead bodies is short and stocky. It looks like it could possibly be a dwarf. The other ones look human-ish, but hard to tell from the distance, obviously. And same thing with that whole duality thing. So you can sort of see on the present time, you can see corpse. On the ancient time, you're looking at skeletons. On the future time, you're looking at skeletons. So confusing.
I want to try. You said the sinks, right? I will assume that means there's plumbing, which means there's fresh water behind the taps.
They are. One of them is dripping. Actually, all three of them are dripping.
I want, if I am able to, I just want to see what happens. Put my hand underneath the, the dripping faucets and, sip the water. See if I die.
Yeah, the water seems to be fresh when you taste it. You don't have any ill effects.
Yeah. Well, water's good. Lot of dead bodies in the other room. You said there's like an obelisk?
Yeah, this black thing right here is a large black obelisk. It blocks the view of the opposite wall.
I'm going to sort of just peek over the wall like in Scooby-Doo. And then I'll look back to the brainy. Look back to the brainy people. Right, you're up.
As you sort of approach this archway here, this doorway, you do see some runes written in that language that is very similar to ancient Senedician.
Right, brainy ones, come up. Translate.
I'll give them a look.
Bit ominous.
It says the runes say turn back.
I mean, that's sensible. I
Wait.
The traduction.
Yes.
As you're standing there, the sink that you drank from, all of a sudden the water spurts out of it, hits the sink, and gets you in the face. Or in the back of the head, depending on which way you're facing.
I'm going to turn around and I'm going to look at Magnus and Adriel. Right, which one of you did it? Don't be.
I point at Magnus.
Magnus immediately points at Adriel.
Listen, don't flick water. See, that's rude. Don't flick water at me.
I have no power. It wasn't me.
Bullshit, you have no power. I just watched you immolate a carpet in that other room. I honestly think he's lying. I think he's got all of his powers.
See, that's very rude. Don't do that again.
Casting this whole god thing into, question again.
I hate getting my hair wet.
Anyways, could this room have something to do with the cleanliness is next to godliness part of the riddle?
I don't think those poor folk look very clean to me.
Maybe. I put detect
the,
magic. I
I
definitely
sort of
won't.
figured I sort of figured they died eating something in the other room. I figured the food was maybe poisoned.
Well, Lona says that those words say turn back. And it's it's an obelisk.
I put on detect magic and see if I see anything from the obelisk.
You are too far away to sense anything from the obelisk.
Standing where the runes are, if I turn my back to the runes, what do I see on the other wall?
Like on this wall here?
Yeah.
In the future time, you see sort of a crumbling, broken wall. In the present day, you see a wall that has been sort of nicely painted, but that's about it. There's nothing interesting or unique about it.
Do I see anything magical from the basins?
From the wash basins?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Sorry. Yes, you do. I apologize for not. No, actually.
Lenara is going to come up to one, and just as kind of an experiment, based on what we were talking about before, she's going to wash her hands.
Sure. Which one do you go to this top one here?
Yeah.
You turn it on, and the second you put your hands under it, it turns off.
Oh, that's fucking rude. I guess.
And then you pull your hands out, and it pours down again. And then you try to put your hands back under it, and it turns off again.
Starting to see why they would all be smashed in the future times.
Yeah. I can definitely see why.
He says just like hefting his warhammer in his hand. Like I can see why these are all in bits.
I'll put my hand under it. Anything?
Same deal. The second your hand goes under it, they disappear, and when you pull it back, it goes.
One stick for each god. Why don't we have them try and wash?
Try deities. Yeah, if it's next to godliness.
I look at the other two. Doesn't hurt to try.
Well, it might. That might be acid. Who knows?
I put my hand.
Yeah, you wash your hands.
Okay.
Great. Things you don't want to hear.
I just can't. It's like every time you pick something, I'm like, oh, I should pick that one. You go up to the sink, Adriel, you turn it on, and a beautiful, clean stream of water appears, and you put your hands under it, and it stays, and you're able to wash your hands in the water, and when you pull them back, your hands are black. It's like you're wearing a pair of black gloves.
Oh, God. Like, the skin is black, or is it just dirt on my hand? Like, can I wash it off?
Your skin is black.
Oh, no.
What's that? You got... I don't think that's a wash basin, mate.
I try to go to another one.
That's the runoff.
Sure, which one do you go to next?
The middle one to clean it off.
The middle one. Okay, so you turn on the water to the middle one. You start trying to wash your hands in it. And that water, you try and wash it off for starters, and the black just doesn't come off. It's like your hands have been dyed. The other thing is that as soon as you're kind of like turn off the tap and you're sort of shaking your hands off, all of a sudden the tap turns back on and splashes you in the face.
I don't like this game.
I'm going to like lean over to Adriel's hands and cast prestidigitation, just to try and get rid of the dye or whatever it is.
Yeah, it works. His hands are now normal colored.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so
can I get? Actually, it would be Magnus. You hear like a faint chuckling sound.
Can I pinpoint where I'm hearing it from?
Give me a perception check. Yeah, it seems to be coming from like the doorway here-ish.
I am going to attempt to get Way's attention, knowing that he's probably the fastest, and gesture like I hook a thumb towards the door while my back's to it, so just Way can see.
Huh? Yes. Sorry, I was bemused by the fact that Adri probably put his hands in the toilet.
I just kind of lean over and I say, I think we might have a visitor just outside the door.
I don't see nothing.
Should you go have a quick peek?
Yeah, I'm gonna peek around the corner again.
You peek around the corner. You don't see anyone, but you do see this cushion here. It sort of like plumps up, like someone is, when someone plumps a pillow, that kind of happens, and then it sort of like squishes, and you can see like a butt indent.
Hello? Oi. I'm gonna sort of just use my foot and just like try to tap if there's somebody there where they would be sitting.
You tap with your foot and you meet no resistance.
All right. You're having a bit of a wind up, aren't you?
And you hear, as you walk away, you hear another sort of like a chuckle. Sort of, it sounds like a man's voice.
All right. Who's having a laugh? Who's having a laugh? No one? All right. Well, someone's having a laugh with us.
Well, I was wondering where the
future
host buggered off to, because somebody answered the door when Adriel knocked originally, but we haven't found anybody alive.
Probably playing a practical joke.
Wait, what? Where was that? You experienced something weird there? Show me where it was.
Right there. I'll point over.
Okay. There. I'm going to come over with my detect magic.
I don't believe you would see anything, Lunara.
Curious.
But you do see like the bum indent on the pillow, and the pillow sort of like turn as though the person was sitting on the pillow. Turns to look at you. You can kind of see like a swivel in the cloth. And then there's kind of like the red pillow next to it, just over here. All of a sudden, like there's a tap and a cloud of dust flies from it, as though someone has like tapped on the cushion, almost in a sit down kind of way. Interestingly, that only happens to the pillow in the future, not to the present day pillow.
Okay. Do you want to sit down or should I? Actually, I will sit down because I trust you more to do something about it if this is bullshit.
How about we sit down together? One cheek, we take half each. One cheek takes half the pillow.
I don't think that's going to work somehow. Lunara will kind of gracefully sit down onto the onto the pillow.
Okay. When you sit down, a gentleman appears, sitting on the pink pillow here. He looks like the gentleman who opened the door for you, dressed in his riches, except even in the future time, he's transparent. He's clearly a ghost.
Okay.
And he chuckles and he says, "You've given me quite a bit of amusement today. Greetings, guests. Welcome. Have a seat at my table."
Is Lennar the only one who sees?
No, you can see him also, Way, and the rest of you can hear this.
All right. I'm gonna sit down. Over here.
Come, Lunara will like message to the others to come in.
Looks like we found a prankster.
Magnus, do you come in or do you stay? You're going to come in as well?
Yeah, I'll come in. I'm going to stay towards the doorway though.
Do you sit or you stay standing?
I'm going to stay standing.
Okay. The man is dressed in the finest silks and satins. He is smiling. He's a pudgy little man, and his fingers are covered in an assortment of rings showing gold, pearls, emeralds, and rubies and diamonds. He waves at you all, especially over at you, Magnus, who's standing, and he says, "Welcome, my friends. I am Caliph Mubrick, and I hope that you did not take offense at my little welcome. Now you are guests at my dinner. Please let us toast your continued fortune while in this lovely city. In front of you are 3 goblets. In front of you are goblets. And in front of you appears a goblet.
Wait, let me guess. One of them is poison.
Sorry, there in front of you are 3 goblets. It's not in front of each of...
Mm-hmm.
Each of you has 3 goblets in front of them.
Okay.
1 of gold and 2 of silver. All of them are full of a fine beverage. Please, raise your golden goblet with me and drink with me to a long life. And there is a golden goblet in front of him, and he picks it and holds it up in a toast.
I just look over my shoulder at the corpse, looking to get out the door, and I'm like,
yeah, please, excuse our lack of trust, but we noticed the corpses. They aren't a very subtle decor choice.
He says, not my choice, I'm afraid. And he takes a sip from his golden goblet, and he smiles and puts it down and says, will none of you drink with me?
I would prefer not to, I'm afraid, personally.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I would like to keep a clear head.
Can I do an insight check on him?
I'll pretend to drink. I'll pretend to drink from the gold goblet.
I would also like to insight and see what I read from him.
Okay, sure. So we've got a 10 from Adriel and Lunara.
Yeah, just about to roll it. Sorry.
I'm gonna type whispers to you guys because you don't really have the. I'm just gonna tell you. You don't. He doesn't seem to be lying. You know him to be a bit of a trickster, if indeed he is the one that owns this house. You also know that there were regs of smothering on the floor in here.
Yeah.
So whether that was his doing or not, you don't know, but he certainly seems to be enjoying it.
Okay.
So Wei is going to pretend to take a sip from his goblet. Adriel and Lunara, do you take a sip from yours?
I just say
I would prefer not to.
Okay.
After I think about the rugs of smothering, like you said.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think Maddie or Usmagars will either. Wei, when you take your golden goblet and you go to drink from it, it is a dribble glass. And so even though you're just pretending, unfortunately, because you tip the cup, just the wine just all down your shirt. And the ghost starts to laugh uncontrollably. And he says, got at least one of you. You're my friend.
See how entertained the rest of us are.
I think Magnus is like thumbing his spiritual icon. And he's just thinking like, I could make this guy fucking run right now.
At the as sort of the reactions happen around the table, a couple of things happen. First of all, the host turns to Yue Wei and says, "You're a good sport, my friend. To your long life."
Yeah. To
there
whatever life you had, Mr. Khalif.
He sort of bows at you, and in front of you appears a delicious meal and a golden ring. Inscribed on the ring, it says, "To a long life." Everyone else at the table, you also get a bowl of food in front of you. Yours is rotten and gross. There is no ring, and the ghost disappears.
I say,
Magnus,
Khalif, you shouldn't have. Yes, love you.
And once again, you hear, "To your long life, my friend."
Pick up the ring. I will actually. It just looks like normal food, just bread, meats, veggies, whatever.
Yeah, it looks like a nice meal.
I'll pick up some bread, inspect it a little bit, and take a small bite. Eh?
It's delicious.
Right. Knowing his track record, this is probably filled with pooping medicine. Because I can't say laxatives because it doesn't exist yet.
Trots.
I probably have a massive of this.
Quite the contrary way. You eat the food and you gain the benefits of a long rest.
Oh, me? Wow. Moi?
Yes. Oui, toi.
Oh.
I have an expression on my face because I am dissatisfied that I didn't take it.
This is really good. You want some? Yeah, try some. Can I share? Am I able to share?
When you pass the food over to anyone else, it rots as soon as they touch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. I don't care.
Now, what's this ring all about? Just the regular one?
It's a ring, but go ahead and roll me a D5, please. Wait.
Sure. A D5. That's
D5.
A 2.
It is worth 200 gold pieces.
I'd say, I guess I'm not detecting any magic from it.
You are not, no.
Okay.
Hey, to me long life. Hey, cheers, Khalif. I put it on. Might as well. It's a gift from some dude in the past, right? Past, future, present, days of future past.
God, if I know.
Hey, cheers. Well then, you see what happens when you're all sour pusses.
Yeah, I'm not here to amuse other people.
Anyways, we should have probably asked him about the obelisk. Well, he's gone now.
I imagine he wouldn't have had anything helpful to say.
Yeah, he didn't seem to have much.
Where's that Zoe? Where's that Zoe lead, anyways?
I should probably go and have a look at that, see what it does.
I'm assuming back out to the street.
Well, might as well check. Excuse me. I'm going to gently move the body in a very respectfully as I can.
Okay. Weirdly, it's harder to move the corpse than it is to move the skeleton. But the skeleton is not articulated, so you kind of have to like sweep the bones aside, but there's also a corpse. It's just a weird situation because you're in like between two times. But you are able to manage to slide it away from the door enough that you can open the door without slamming it into the corpse.
I'm sorry about that. May you rest in peace. Then I'll open it. I'll just throw it wide open.
Yeah, so you throw the door open, and you were correct. There, it looks out into the sort of street area. You can see that it extends further up in a northerly direction, and then dead ahead of you is another one of those weird places where the Sky Island is gone in the future, but it's there in the past. And that's what those dark areas represent.
Right, that's just the side, so.
Oh, and sorry, you can also see the wall of the building over here.
Is that building particularly important to us?
Not at this moment.
All right. Well, I'm gonna leave the door open. I don't see those. Not much of a point leaving it closed.
Okay.
Right. Well, we've got how many hours left before we all die in a blazing inferno? Or whatever happens to this city. A plague, famine, whatever. What now?
Sundering,
Calvarius.
judging by the way that the ground works.
You think the
Lenara,
worm ate them all?
It's possible. Do you have Quoth with you, or not?
Yes, yeah, Quoth is on my shoulder.
Do we want to send him to have a look at the obelisk?
Yeah. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, I'll get to, like, I'll watch from here, from, like, within this room, and I'll send Quoth down to just have a look.
And I will apologize ahead of time if anything happens to your bird.
Yeah, if it happens to Quoth, he's resummonable. It's easier to get him back than one of us.
Quoth gets into the room, and there is a sudden burst of feathers.
Hang on a sec. I would have prepared. Actually, like I'm not going to have any warning of this, am I?
No.
And I don't think I can desummon him.
Right. So, yeah. Adri, why did Gorm call you here again? Why did you call you here again?
I saw a sign.
Like on the door? Yeah, that's just a house number, mate. That's how neighborhoods work.
A bolt of lightning struck in front of this residence.
I think it may be the only safe path through the wreckage that is the city currently. And I use safe very loosely.
Wait, did you not see it? I say to them.
Did we? Or is it like, was there literally a giant lightning bolt on the front door?
No, lightning struck down in front of the house.
Oh. I don't think we saw it, did we?
Only Adriel saw it.
Yeah.
How close did Quoth manage to get before he was blamed?
Right where he was when you saw him.
So that's like
right
here, something like that?
Yeah.
So within 15 feet?
Yep.
Within 15.
Now, here's a crazy idea. What if your bird went back to our present time? Like, it's not actually dead. Well,
I mean, we would see it half here if it did. We would see Quoth if he had gone to either time zone, because we're currently in both, correct?
Right. So, Adri, you said, did Adriel actually tell us that to describe the lightning strike and all that stuff?
Well, I said I saw a lightning bolt come down. Yeah.
Right. So, Adri, what if that was an omen that we shouldn't be standing in this house because you smited or whatever, one of your other brethren or whatever? So, in a few hours, we might be electrocuted.
Well, let's not be here in a few hours then.
I'm certain Gorm sent me here for a reason.
I'm going to... Lunara, while they're having this conversation, Lunara is going to move herself to be about 30 feet away from the thing, because it seemed like it only hit within 15.
Right, hold on.
Get to there.
Tie a rope around you.
It's fun now talking about Gorm as like somebody else and not myself. Like before, I always say I'm Gorm now.
It's funny. I know you're doing a nice job of that, by the way.
Hold on, I'm gonna tie some rope around Lunara. I will pull you back if something happens.
All right. And like, I just want to like have a look at it, because it's now within range of my detect magic.
Sure. It is not magical.
Okay.
I need to check something. Just bear with me a second here.
Okay.
Okay. You are able to sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
Yeah.
You cannot tell where the magic is coming from.
Oh, interesting.
Because so here I just did a little Google. So via the detect magic spell, you have to use an action to try and locate the aura that you're looking at, which normally I go ahead and give you.
Okay. DM, I do that?
Well, something happens first.
Okay.
Which is why I had to Google this, just to you are attacked by something that you cannot see. And it has advantage for that reason. So it is going to hit you for 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
Whoa!
Ow, motherfucker.
Let's. Adriel's just laughing.
I'm not laughing. I said, whoa.
It's not me for once. Let's roll initiative. Yeah.
While she was doing that, I was playing with this fountain to see if it would turn off when I put my hand under it.
It does. Yes.
Okay.
I should move these two in. I'm just going to move her here and her here. And I'm not going to put Usmagar's in the turn order, but I will put Maddie in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was the surprise. Oh, music. And combat tracker, go. Okay. Oh, I see why. Fortunately, Lunar, you're getting hit again.
Mm-hmm.
Because it rolled higher than everybody else for initiative.
Okay.
Oh God.
I'm no longer surprised now, though, so I can react.
You can react. Would you like to react to the first attack or the second attack?
I will shield the first attack.
Cool. Okay. So what is your AC with shield?
My AC with shield is 19.
Unfortunately, they both still hit.
Okay, that's fine. I tried.
25 points of damage.
Okay, well, that's for both of them.
That's for both of the attacks, yes.
Okay.
It's Maddie's turn. She can't see what she's attacking. She's just going to run into the room. She's going to draw her short sword, I think. She's going to step up beside you here, Lunara, and say, "Where is it? What is going on?"
I guess I would get a rough idea of where I'm. I can detect what side of me I'm being hit on, so I would kind of point in a general direction.
So she is going to attack twice with disadvantage. The second one is obviously going to miss, but let me check the first one here. Of course it doesn't. She hits with the first attack. Doing 5 piercing, and it needs to make a con save. Which it fails. Nice.
Very nice.
So that's going to be 29 points of damage.
So
sorry, it's not your turn yet, Adriel. I apologize. This creature is going to attack her now. Twice. Hitting her with both attacks. 16. And I realize I'm really in secret, but I don't want you guys to know what the creatures are because I think that'll give things away.
Well, you said plural, so we're...
Yeah, well, you know that there's more than one creature.
Do we hear them, Ellie? Or is this...
Yes. They're pretty silent. They're pretty silent, to be honest. Yeah, it's kind of... Adriel, you're up.
So, I mean, I was over here. I don't really hear what's happening, so I have to move. I don't see anything.
You see, like, Lunara is hurt. She's bleeding. You see Maddie's been hurt as well, but they seem to be, like, fighting something. You can see Maddie's got her swords out. She's swinging. She's got 2 short swords that she's swinging. But you can't, like, see what she's attacking. She seems to be attacking something in front of her, but that's about it.
Okay. So I look at my hand to try to see if it sparks a little bit. Do I have powers?
You do have powers.
I mean, can I ask you a question out of character? Are you giving me powers just so I have something to do? Because I don't. It's up to you. I don't mind. Okay.
These are past creatures.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm specifically, and there will be times when you cannot affect things.
Okay,
but
I didn't want.
These specific creatures, but yeah, I appreciate you saying that.
Playing without powers. All right, so I will
kept that dagger then. The +2.
Do I have a +2 dagger?
No, we converted that.
Yeah,
we got rid of that. We should have kept it, yeah. But oh well.
Wait, do I still have a silver dagger? I didn't get rid of that one, did I? I don't remember.
I think you do. Yeah, I think you still have that.
Yeah, I still have my silver dagger. +1. I can't see anything, so I'm just gonna shoot at disadvantage at something, I guess. Right? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
All right. I will shoot a chromatic orb at higher level, and hope for the best.
Okay, and I assume you're aiming in front of Maddie here, because that's where you can see her fighting.
Yeah. That was, sorry, not at disadvantage, so I'll do it again. 16?
16 is a hit. And you did specify higher levels, so thank you for doing that ahead of time.
18.
Nice.
So I just say duck and I zap a lightning ball in front of them.
She says, "Thank you, brother."
And since I see it hit something, then I will attempt to spend 2 sorcery points. So I'm running low now and do a lightning spark at disadvantage. 22.
Nice. That will hit again. So go ahead. Well done.
Then
okay.
Will
movement.
Move out of the way. And that ends my turn.
All right, awesome. Magnus, you're up.
Magnus is just gonna shout to Way, shit, get her out of there. And I'm going to run in.
I will get myself out of here on my turn.
I'm gonna run here.
Out of character Norwich, but.
And I am going to cast Fairy Fire. I want to fill.
Thank God.
The 20 feet in front of Lunara and Badara.
You clever clogs.
Nice job.
All right. What's your DC?
17.
I'm just going to roll like this. I think it'll be faster. Dex, right? You see a creature appear. You can only make out the shape of it as it is covered in fairy fire. I will put the picture in chat. It is a very ethereal type creature.
Oh boy.
Looks terrifying.
Just the one, or? Oh wait, no. He guess the other one. Save.
Exactly.
It's an action. What do I have? I don't think I have much in the way of a bonus action, so I think that's going to be me. Yes. Actually, I'll use my second wind because I haven't used that yet.
All right, sounds good.
D10 plus player level. All right, and that will end my turn.
All right, Wei, you're up.
Yanking Lennar Beck's in action, right?
Correct, yes.
All right. Well, Lennar was real cocksure of herself. And she's going to get out of there anyway, so I'm going to run up off the wall, just kick this thing in the face.
Okay, you can go ahead and make a roll. You don't have disadvantage, nor do you have advantage, so it'll just be a straight roll.
Okay. I'll just flurry of blows this. Take this down quickly. It's my bonus action. Does a 15 hit? 2 hits? Wait. 22 force, if it's almost resistance. And now I do my... Nope. There's a 13 hit.
No, unfortunately.
All right.
So you know the AC on the bright side.
I will end my turn there. I kind of want... I can't... kind of want to step in front of Lennar, because I'm sure something's in front of her, too.
Okay, so curiosity. One of the features of my Sentinel Raven is that whichever creature kills it, I have advantage on attack rolls against it for the next 24 hours.
Oh, nice. That would be
so my question is going to be
here, the one that's covered in fairy
fire.
It
is that one. Okay, cool. So she is going to use a bonus action to Misty Step.
And just to be clear, it is invisible, even though it's covered in fairy fires. So the advantage that you have doesn't negate that disadvantage.
It says it cannot benefit from being invisible as part of fairy fire.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Wait.
Fairy fire literally. Fairy fire literally says that the affected creature cannot benefit from being invisible.
No. I know that. I was wondering. Yeah, because I was wondering why Kirsty
Well,
said.
then that would mean that Wei...
I hit one more time, but...
hits one more time, so go ahead and roll your damage
because you have
there. I
advantage on those
apologize.
attacks. Yeah.
Okay.
12. I think that extra
12. All right, nice. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize that that nuance of fairy fire.
So bonus action, let us Misty Step. Back 30 feet. And then I started blasting.
Okay. I assume you're blasting at the same one. The one you can see that you have advantage on.
Get that one out of the way.
Okay. The 15 will hit. Why don't you roll your 15 damage before you...
Okay. And then the 25, I guess, will be to the other one if...
No, that doesn't kill it. Go ahead.
Okay, then 11 more force damage. 11 force damage to that one and 14 force damage to that one.
Okay. Oh, it looks very poor, but it is alive still.
Okay, that is fine. I'm going to put myself, wedge myself into that corner.
All right, sounds good.
And then that is Lunara's turn.
Okay. This one, I guess I can take these rolls off as secrets now that you guys know what it is. This one is going to, I think, continue to attack Maddie. 2 attacks, a 14 and a 20. The 14 will miss, the 20 will hit, and she will take another 11 points of bludgeoning damage from this creature. It's Maddie's turn. She is going to respond with her short sword, attacking twice. Does this mean... So this means she's got advantage, so she's going to hit with both. She doesn't do a lot of like piercing damage, but holy smokes, that if they fail that con save, actually it doesn't matter. That's enough to kill it.
Well, can specters like ghosts or whatever be poisoned?
It is. Oh, it is immune to being poisoned. That is true.
Well, poison damage, not necessarily being poisoned. Two different things.
Yeah, it's both. It's immune to both.
Yeah.
It's poison and
Sure.
Poison the damage and poison the condition.
Yeah.
Just like being on fire, still the same as fire damage.
Okay.
There's one more of these fuckers.
This one's gonna hit her. Oof.
Well, I didn't really hate her.
20 points of damage. She's tanking for the party right now. Adriel.
Alrighty. So the other one's invisible. I can't see it.
Correct.
All right, I'll just do the same thing I did before.
So, yeah, you would see something is attacking her from here-ish.
Okay. So can I tell it's straight in front of me?
I think you would have you're going to be attacking with disadvantage, so you're not clear on exactly where it is, but you're aware it's in that area, which is why the disadvantage, right?
Yeah. I was just thinking how far I went, because I see it attacking my technically sister-ish, so I'm like, enough of this, and I just draw upon as much electricity as I can and shoot a lightning bolt straight ahead, straight down the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lightning bolt. And hope for the best.
Okay, and it's going to make a dex save here. 17 is not enough. It takes 32 points of lightning damage, and it takes all of that. That hurts. Yeah. It is not enough to kill it, but wow. You smell ozone in the air. These are tough creatures.
But I kind of would see it like hit something.
Yes, like, okay. Absolutely.
So at least I know that I hit it.
Yeah.
And then I will. Oh, I have no more sorcery points. Damn. Well, I have one left. I need 2. Okay. So I guess that would be it. I'm like, wow. I'm just impressed that it survived that, and I move back.
That was a good roll too.
Yeah.
Magnus.
Well, there's not much I can do against something I can't see. I'm going to stand here, and I'm going to cast Ray of Frost directly in front of me, I guess. Oop. It's going to miss. It's a 1. I can't roll lower than a 1. So.
You cannot.
And that's going to end my turn.
All right. Way.
Would I be allowed to step through there?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll start swinging.
Okay.
With my fists first, because I want to feel it.
All right.
24.
24 will hit.
Disregard the 1, so it's an 8. Let's flurry of blows. I'll do one more. 23 will hit.
Will hit, yeah. For 10, nice.
Here's my actual proper attack. 16, and well, that's a 1.
The 16 will hit, the 1 will not.
I have rolled so many. I'm taking a lap. That's me for now.
All right. Linara.
Okay.
They're all crowded around something.
Peeking around the corner. I'm going to use an action to use the feature of detect magic that I like, as you mentioned, that I can like see where the source of a magic is.
Okay, so here's the other point. You can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object.
Visible creature, right? Yeah, then that would not help, would it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
then
can still
I am
sense the presence of magic in the room,
Yeah.
but you can't pinpoint it.
Okay. Then I will Like I can see that they're fighting something like in this kind of range.
Yeah, they're sort of bunched around a creature. You know how this works.
Okay, then I will. Let me just do a certain radius that ignore the circle. 10, 15, 20. Wow, that's bigger than I thought it was. Fucking hell. Okay, nope. We'll do a. I'm going to cast Shatter, and I'm going to like make sure that the others are out of the radius of it.
Sure.
Sure would be nice if it wouldn't.
Con save?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just going to try and find the button. There it is. Shatter at 3rd level.
All right.
So DC 17 con save.
Oof.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still half damage.
Yeah. So
that is 19 damage,
19,
so reduced
it's
down to 9. Yeah. Yes, because you reduce the bigger half. And then bonus action, I will quicken Eldritch Blast and do 2 at disadvantage.
Okay.
So blast. Well, fuck me.
The 17 hits.
Yay. For 7 points of force.
Okay. Well done.
And then that will be my turn.
All right. Oh, that one's dead. Maddie is going to keep attacking the disadvantage here with her short swords. This time she misses with both attacks. The creature...
Hit me.
I'm just going to roll a d3 and see what he goes for. Wei, that would be you.
Yes.
So these have advantage. 23 and a 24. So that'll be 18 total.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
I'll deflect one of them, obviously. It does not say I have to see.
No, it does not.
So as long as I know where it's coming from, which is right next to me, I just need to roll 1d10 plus Dex plus Monk, which is more than enough. I mean, that's
more than enough. Yeah.
Yeah. One. So I will spend a key point to redirect that 9 bludgeoning back to it.
Okay. Isn't behind total cover? It's not behind total cover. If the attack was a range attack, that shows a Dex save throw or take damage equal. Okay, so it's going to make its Dex save here.
It is a 14. It passes.
Okay, so it succeeds, so it doesn't take the damage. All right, well done. So you only take the 1/9 of damage, and that will end the creature's turn. And Adriel, you actually... Yeah, it's going to stay there. Adriel, it's your turn.
Yeah, I can't shoot a lightning bolt now.
No, you cannot.
So I will shoot a chromatic orb.
I just spark it. Don't, just in case we won't have to fight more.
Huh?
Just in case we have to fight more, just spark it for now.
You think that'll do enough damage?
Should be fun. Magnus and me, Melanana. Magnus is up next too.
Well, I'm having fun using my powers since I lost it, so he's gonna do a chromatic orb again.
He's gonna spend all the bullets.
This is a disadvantage, so let me roll again.
Yeah, so you gotta roll again, please.
I'm forgetting to put the disadvantage on. Okay.
Nice roll.
Okay.
19.
It hits.
I didn't say at higher level, so 14 lightning damage.
Oof, that hurts. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Nicely done.
Nice. Okay, well, yeah, I know it hit something. I can't do anything else, so I will end my turn.
Okay.
Gonna
Magnus.
be a real quick round for me. I'm just gonna go with the Ray of Frost directly ahead of me.
Okay. That's a hit. How do you kill it?
I imagine I just kind of throw my one hand out directly in front of me, and it blasts some super cold air. And you just watch as all of a sudden the form starts to appear in the crystalline structure ahead of him, and then it just falls to the ground and cracks.
Awesome. Yeah, and when the ice sort of melts and dissipates, there's nothing there. That will take us out of combat.
Let's not do that again.
Yeah, that sucks more than a little bit.
I know we're on a time crunch, but I almost feel like we need to take a break.
Kind of feel like we do. At least like a short rest or something.
Maddie says, a long rest would be very unwise in this place, but a short rest I think we have time for.
Yeah, Judgment Day is coming real soon.
Well, before we do anything, let's have a look at this obelisk that we fought so hard to be able to check out.
Well, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Just in case it brings us back to the present.
I didn't detect any magic, like any aura of magic on the thing itself. It was something else in the room, and before I could see it, I was hit.
All right, fine. So I'll touch it.
What do the bodies look like around the obelisk?
They are only in the future. They are not in the past or the present. Okay. In the future, they look dried and desiccated, which isn't surprising. This is a desert. You can do an investigation if you wanted to know a little bit more. But they look pretty slashed up, as though possibly they encountered these creatures that you have just killed.
Sure, that makes sense. I'm going to use one of the potions of greater healing that we have in the party loot.
Well, if you'd like, I'm going to end up using Aura of Vitality in a moment.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to have a look at this obelisk before we did anything. Yeah, I want to make sure the room's not going to explode on us while we're in it.
Yeah, I'll go up and have a closer look at the obelisk and see, like, give it an investigate.
And I'll check out the bodies.
Sure. Okay, so Adriel, we'll need a medicine check from you. Lunara, you can give me an investigation, please.
I was looking for loot, not...
Oh, sorry. I take that back then. I will give me an investigate on the bodies there, Adriel.
Lunara, you can add guidance.
All right.
Oh, dear.
I don't really care, apparently.
So an additional 2 on that investigation, so a 19.
Okay. On the back of the obelisk, it says, "What are you doing looking at the back of this obelisk?"
I hate this guy so much.
I hate him. I'm glad he's dead.
Khalif?
If I see him, I'm going to make him more dead.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Is that Khalif?
Yes.
Hey, how you doing, mate? Love the ring you gave me.
Lunara just kind of yells to the thing, like, Khalif, you're lucky you're dead.
Don't listen to them. They're sourpusses.
Rather be a sourpuss than an asshole. Right, Lunara will have a look at the bodies, see if there's anything of value on them. Do an investigate over them, I guess.
Oh, well, Adriel's already done that.
All right.
So Adriel, you do find some bits and pieces even with the 4. As you're, there's just some things that are obvious. You see one of the bodies I think I described earlier is a little bit shorter and squatter than the others. It appears to be a dwarf. He's got a pickaxe on him, and nothing else.
Is it like? Does it look pristine, like as if it's magical pickaxe? Or
no, it looks well used and a little bit rusty at this point. The other bodies have like a few gold pieces, like probably 20 gold pieces among them, just in money pouches. They're dressed like the adventurer types. So they've got a little bit of gear, but most of the gear is desiccated by the desert. Everything like the backpacks, like the leather just snaps. There's not, the rations are like not something you would trust to be worthy of eating. There's just adventuring gear, but it's all old and dried up and gross. There is a trapdoor on the floor down here that you can see.
Lenara will kind of point it out to the others.
It's just dawned on me, not on Magnus, on me, how weird it is to see like people in the future here, considering how much work we had to go through to get here. So yeah, I should have keyed in on that quicker. Is there a cleric of any type among the dead?
Sure.
Well, I was just wondering. I'm just kind of having a quick.
Oh, I see. I thought you were asking for like a specific spell or something. No, they're adventurers. There's no one. You do see some religious iconography on them. It seems to be some of the more like the modern ones in the future time. So the not like Gorm and Madarara and Usmagaris, but more like the standard Forgotten Realms deities kind of thing. One of them has a symbol of mask, and he's got like a couple of little daggers, and probably was like a bit of a rogue. If you want to talk about classes,
that's why they didn't make it as far as we will, because they weren't hip enough.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean my hand against the obelisk. Find anything interesting?
A trapdoor that I suggest we not fuck around with for at least 1 minute.
Yeah, let's have a rest. Let's have like a short rest before we have a look at the trapdoor. Before we do anything with the trapdoor. I would like to not be on 4 hit points / feeling like shit.
Alright.
Alrighty. Yes, you guys can go ahead and take your long rest. Nothing.
Short rest.
Sorry, short rest. Thank you. Nothing leaps out at you.
I'm sorry, guys. Can I might have to bow out. I forgot I had to go see a movie with my sister at 2:30.
Oh, no worries. This is not a terrible place to end games. So go ahead and short rest your characters, and we'll pick up here next week.
Okay.
Short rest. Yes, short rest.
Take away all my. Okay.
Sorry, I keep saying long rest, and it doesn't help the situation at all.
Short rest. I am going to use. Are you gonna save the aura then? Save your vitality, Magnus?
I'm gonna use it because I've already used half my hit die pool, and I don't want to use any more. So anybody who wants to circle up and get some help,
yeah, sure.
I have to figure out how much everybody's getting. You look worse for wear.
Yes,
so
I am very much the worst for wear. I'm gonna use 3 of my hit dice and 1 of my d8s and just roll all of those.
You guys have a good day. I'll talk to you guys.
Yeah, take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And anyone who is watching, thank you for watching, and join us not next Saturday, because I don't know, we'll figure it out. Join us next time. Bye-bye.